We ran against a very aggressive, hot-shooting Northeastern team, and we didn't defend as well as we have been over the past several weeks, and that's what allowed them to win the game.
Do you feel like your team came out with the intensity that you would want it to against a lesser level opponent?
Well, first of all, Northeastern's a lot better than their record indicates, and they have one of the best players in the league. So when you have a guard of that caliber, you're capable of winning any game, particularly at home. Intensity-wise, I don't think we were where we needed to be on the defensive end. I thought we shot the ball very well in the first half, but defensively, I thought we were a step behind, and that's what ultimately cost us a game.
Now you come into a big game this weekend against two teams that are pretty hungry after losses. Just talk about this big game.
It's a huge game. James Madison has perhaps the most talented team in the conference, and definitely the most dominant big man in the conference. So we're going to need to go in there and defend with a high level of urgency. We're going to have to be much more aggressive than we were last night. And then on the offensive end, we got to execute and share the basketball.
What is Rozell's level of practice?
We'll see. He had another appointment here today, and hopefully going into practice, he'll be upgraded a little bit. He still has not been cleared to play, but he has been shooting the cover off the ball in practice. So we can get him out there hopefully soon in live play, and hopefully get him back for games very, very soon.
If he is out there for live play today, do you think that he'd play on Saturday?
Sure. As soon as he's cleared, I'll play him. You know, we need him. We're two guards short right now without him and Troy Daniels, and that definitely has affected our depth. So as soon as we get him back, he definitely will be able to play.
Did you see what you wanted out of scheme last night, just in terms of health?
It wasn't necessarily one of his best games, but you know, he's still coming back from that injury. He's not 100%, but he went out there and he gave it his best. You know, hopefully we can get him closer and closer to 100%. The key with Jamie is just him always being aggressive. When he's aggressive, he's one of the better players in the league on both ends of the floor.
Does that injury keep him from being as aggressive as he wants?
I think sometimes injuries can affect your mindset as a player. I don't know if it's necessarily a direct correlation, but I think it can keep you from being as aggressive. So you have to counteract that, and you have to go into the game and say, you know, I'm going to make this my game. Do your work early on Bulls. You can't try to just defend him once he's already caught the ball because he's so good with the basketball. He's also a terrific passer. So you have to deny him the ball early, try to force him further from the basket when he does catch it. And then when he catches it, you got to stay low and aggressive, square him up around the basket, and always block him out.
It just came down to defense, man. We didn't defend anywhere nearly where we should have. And especially on the road, you know, it's not going to come easy, especially to a team like Northeastern. You know, they've won their past 4 games, you know, and they're playing really well. And we just didn't. We didn't play well at all. And that's just basically what it comes down to is defense.
Is that an intensity problem?
Yeah, definitely. You know, second half of the game, you know, they beat us in nearly every aspect, like loose balls, rebounding, everything. And it showed, and that's what we have to take care of on defense, and especially on the road if we want to be a great team and win in late season.
From where you were, how did it feel like Jamie was playing?
It kind of felt like he was maybe a step slow. You know, he's still not 100%, but you know, as a basketball player, once you step on the court, you know, you can't have any excuses. If you're playing, you're playing. And but it was noticeable. But you know, we just gotta move forward to the next game, and as he gets healthier, hopefully we'll have Brandon back for the next game as well, and just continue to progress as a team.
Talking about this next game, what is the rivalry with JMU like?
Well, last year up in Harrisonburg we lost, and you know they're a talented team. You know, #1 scoring team in the conference. You know, they've got a great inside presence, and Denzel Bowles has got great perimeter players. It'll be a great test for us. You know, especially from last game losing and seeing how we bounce back. and us as a team getting better. You know, late season March and getting ready for March and February, late February.
Do you feel like you're going to you have to kind of help Jamie with Bowles a little bit to be able to handle him because he's such a load?
Definitely, you know, it's team defense on everybody. You know, just the perimeter guys helping the inside players. You know, just everybody. It's 5-on-1. You know, it's not just one-on-one with anybody. It's team defense, no matter who you're playing, inside or out, and that's just what we're gonna have to work on. You know, because Denzel's a really talented player, and he killed us last year, and it's just going to be a great test for Jamie and our other bigs to see how they can handle him and how we can help him.
Well, I know it's kind of up to the doctors, but do you think Rozell's ready to come back and play?
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready. It's just the doctors holding him out. In practice, he's shooting the ball really well. He's doing everything, and he's anxious to get back on the court. And we're anxious to have him too. It's just a matter of what the doctors say, but hopefully they'll let him play Saturday.
I guess for a night like last night, it was probably the toughest for him. I mean, when you're sitting there, your team wins, you're like, well, at least they're winning. But for a night like last night, I bet you it was hard. Just talking about it, it must have been hard for him to sit on the bench and watch.
Yeah, definitely. You know, especially with it being his last year, you know, every game seems to matter just a little bit more that he's not playing. And we definitely could have used his offense and defense last night. But I know it's tough for him. It's tough for us without him. But hopefully we can get him Saturday and move in the right direction.
Brett, you just forget about last night and just say chalk it up to a bad night, or do you kind of keep in the back of your mind and for some motivation as the year goes on?
I mean, you definitely have to think about it because, you know, we were up to 8 games in a row, 4 straight on the road. And, I mean, you have to think about it, but up until James Madison, right before that, you can't think about it. You have to move on because it's a new game, it's a new day. And the more we think about it, you want to keep it in the back of your mind so it doesn't happen again. And being on the road again Saturday will be a great test to see how we bounce back as a team.